In this video, we're going to see a group of protesters gathered outside the US Consulate in Edinburgh, Scotland, and absolutely unload on Donald Trump, their own government, and the sheer hypocrisy of it all. Let's watch the full clip and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
I guarantee you that
of every day, of every week, of every month, for 2 years. When will it be enough? Culling of Palestinians. It's not killing. Trump on this land. Russia is failing!
People who we've seen here, particularly in Los Angeles, have been fighting back against ICE in a very organised way. That's what we need. We need organisation on the street. We cannot depend on the people. When he's a racist, he acts on that. So the mass deportations are happening in Los Angeles and other places.
And I'm sure he's not going to be offended that we now have a good working relationship.
But when I wrote to John Swinney saying you must not meet with Trump when he comes here on his holiday, it wasn't any of those issues that I focused on.
Roughshod over people's lives there, and by the way, the Scottish Government didn't stand up to him then either. Yay. We protested in the Scottish Parliament when he was just a lobbyist trying to stop a wind farm that would ruin the view.
Join me going down to the Solidarity Salon at the Scottish Parliament, organised by the campaign against the cabaret against the hate speech, resisting transphobia. That carbon dioxide is bad for humans overturned. I mean, this is storybook villain stuff, and it would be laughable if it wasn't so terrifying. And of course, we've heard about Palestine.
From the slash in funding to the USAID program, the big beautiful bill which is set to kick nearly 10 million people off their healthcare and cut billions from food stamps, to the evisceration to the formerly global hate, pride and vitriol has poisoned the minds of many, and what was initially it goes without saying that they have no regard, which exists primarily to mobilize the abroad vote and enabled all those eligible forms of silencing critics, scrapping civil rights, and undermining media freedom. We oppose racism and xenophobia, countering racism and xenophobia in all forms. There are various protest actions organized throughout the country throughout Trump's visit, including Aberdeen, which is kicking off right now as well.
Woo! Hey, USA! How many kids did you kill today? USA! How many kids did you kill today?
Congress or the Senate or the Parliament here in Britain. It's shameful that our own government under Prime Minister Starmer has supported the Israeli aggression, the Israeli genocide in Gaza. It's not that he doesn't know. Everyone who has a mobile phone in the world knows what's happening in Gaza, knows that children are being starved to death at this very minute, knows that the bombing will continue, knows that people are shot down when they queue for aid and food. All this is quite obvious to anyone who has a mobile phone. But the media here, like the BBC, cover that up, and our government certainly does the same. In Stop the War, we're opposed to wars everywhere, essentially, and we're opposed to the imperialist network that our own government, the United States, is central to. We oppose Trump's visit, obviously, for all the reasons that I've outlined. We have enough warmongers here.
I stand in solidarity with every mother who's hungry in Gaza, of every child who's starving and has been reduced to skin on bones. The Zionist project is failing and failing on moral grounds, on the grounds, on military, in economy, in values. The project is failing because of you, every single one of us, every single one of us. As a healthcare worker, I stand in solidarity with the doctors, surgeons, physicians, paramedics, midwives, nurses, every single one who's trying hard to keep Gaza alive.
Not long before this rally started, the Scottish Government, the First Minister, made an announcement to the press. The announcement was that he is giving £180,000 of our money, of the Scottish public's money, to Donald Trump. 180 grand to Trump to host a golf tournament here in Scotland. Shame on our government. Shame on our government. The Scottish Government has bended the knee and kissed the ring. This is a protection racket.
We are all here today speaking up for Palestinian rights. We have watched this genocide for 21 months, but we need to be arrested. The UK government needs to arrest each and every one of you for having a placard, for speaking up, for saying an end to Zionism. Will we stand for it? Will we allow innocent protesters to be arrested? Not happening, Ben. Go back to GB News. Go report that all of us, whether we are Muslim, Christian, humanist, Jew, whatever, we will all be arrested for standing up and speaking up and standing up on the right side of history.
Now, Trump is undertaking in the US what he has referred to as the single largest mass deportation program in history through his immigration and customs enforcement known as ICE. But Duncan talked about it earlier. The people have poured onto the streets, particularly in Los Angeles, to stop him getting away with it. And we send our absolute solidarity to those people that are resisting ICE in the US.
Who does he think he is? But we have power when we stand together. We stand with migrants, with women, with trans and queer communities, with everyone around the world that's facing Trump's wrath. Trump is not going to win. Today is about speaking out about the hate and division that Trump represents. It's also about solidarity with people in the US and across the world. But it's also about sending a message to our political leaders in Scotland and the UK. They could learn a lot from the bravery of everyone.
Wow. So where do you even start with that? I mean, the energy is just It's incredible. You can feel the anger coming right through the screen. And honestly, the thing that just sticks with me, the thing that is just mind-boggling, is the money. 180,000 pounds of public money given to Donald Trump to host a golf tournament while people are in the streets protesting his everything. His mass deportations, the cuts to healthcare, the list is endless. We all know the list. But the Scottish government, their own government, turns around and hands him a check. It feels like a slap in the face. It feels deliberately provocative, you know? They're out there chanting about solidarity with migrants, with people in the U.S. facing ICE raids, which, he's literally promised the single largest mass deportation program in history. That's not hyperbole. That's his phrase. So you've got people fighting that on the streets in LA and people in Scotland showing solidarity. And then their government is just like, here you go, Don, have some cash for your golf game. It's just, what? How does that make any sense? And you see how it's all connected for them. It's all part of the same thing. The speaker who mentions Palestine, he says, everyone who has a mobile phone in the world knows what's happening in Gaza. He talks about starvation, bombing, and then he links it directly back to the UK government, to Starmer, and their support for what he calls the Israeli aggression. So for them, Trump isn't this isolated bad guy. He's the figurehead of a whole system that they see as oppressive, imperialist, I think was the word they used. And they're calling out their own. Shame on our government. They say it over and over. They're basically saying, you can't pretend to be on our side while you're literally funding the person who represents everything we're fighting against. The guy called it a protection racket. Wow, that's a strong phrase, but you can kind of see why he'd get there. It feels transactional in the worst possible way. The whole thing is just, it's raw. It's this messy, passionate outpouring of frustration from people who feel like nobody in power is listening. They're talking about everything from transphobia to climate change to, what's happening in Gaza. It's all connected in their minds because it comes from what they see as the same source. This kind of hateful, divisive politics that Trump just excels at. So yeah, honestly, what are you supposed to do? When you see the person who embodies all of that getting a big fat check from your own government, I get why they're on the street. I really do. It's like the system is just openly mocking you at that point. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.